Hi, I'm Susan Bowerman, registered dietitian, and today we're talking fresh pineapples. You know, a lot of people rely on frozen pineapple or maybe juice-packed canned pineapple for their pineapple, which is fine. But part of the reason that they don't tackle fresh pineapples is because they just don't know how to cut them. So today I'm going to show you a quick way to get all the flesh outside of your pineapple. You know, pineapples are a good source of vitamin C, like strawberries or oranges. So if you're used to having those foods in the morning, you might want to switch it up sometime with some fresh pineapple. Let's talk first about how to select a pineapple when you're at the grocery store. What I usually look for first is to look at the color. A little bit of green color on what they call the shoulders of the pineapple is a good sign. Look at the bottom, make sure that there isn't any mold on the bottom of your pineapple. And I usually give it a little bit of a sniff. If it smells like a fresh pineapple, it's good. Sometimes they smell really, really sweet, very syrupy, and if they do, they might be overripe, so I'd kind of steer clear of those. Once you buy your pineapple and you're ready to take it home, you're going to store it in the refrigerator with the crown on it. You don't want to take the crown off until you're ready to cut. Once you're ready to cut, you're going to remove it from the fridge because it's usually better when it's cold. And the easiest way to take the crown off is to simply twist it off. It just comes right off and you can toss that away. And the way that I'm going to cut my pineapple, we're not going to prepare rings because most people are just looking for chunks of pineapple to put into a fruit salad. And I'm using a serrated knife. You want to use a heavy knife and one that's going to cut through the rind. And all you're going to do is just simply cut off the top. And that's a beautiful pineapple, we can tell already. And then cut off the bottom. Now, what some people do if they do want rings is they'll go and through this tedious process of cutting the outside and cutting rings, but we're just going to do a simple cut. And I'm just going to cut my pineapple in half. We're going to cut a half at a time. And if you look at the pineapple, you can very easily see that there's a core down the middle. That's kind of that tough, fibrous part of the pineapple that you usually don't want to eat. So what I do is I'm going to make a cut all the way down to the rind, not all the way through, but just down to the rind on either side of this core. And when you do that, you can kind of open it up and you can see all the pieces that you're going to now remove from the pineapple. Then what I do is I put my knife about maybe 3/4 of an inch down and just cut through and just take out that fibrous core. You know, when my kids were little and they were teething, I used to give this to them. So if you have any kids in the house that are teething, it's a great teether because it's sweet and it's juicy, but it's so fibrous they can't really break it up. So just a little tip. Okay, so now we have 3 nice, what I would call fillets to our pineapple. And you're just going to take your knife and just cut right against the rind on either side. And I'm just able to lift out this beautiful chunk of pineapple. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. There's my second fillet. And then finally that tenderloin we've got in the middle. Put that aside. If you have any little brown spots like this, you can just simply shave those off. There's another little piece here. And now, depending on how you want to use it, if you're just going to make fruit salad, you can very easily just cube it up like that. If you want to, for instance, put it on a platter more like a fruit display and you want longer spears, you can just cut this up like this. And that's another way that some people like to do it because it's very attractive that way. The other thing that's nice with these longer pieces is if you've never had pineapple on the grill, it's delicious. You can, if you're grilling fish or you're grilling chicken, you can just take these fresh pineapple spears and just throw them on the grill for a couple of minutes on each side. Just let them get brown a little bit and the sugar kind of caramelizes. And you can either serve it with your fish or with your poultry, or you can just serve it as a nice dessert. It's really, really easy. So you can see how simple that was. It just took me a minute to cut that up. So if you're intimidated by fresh pineapple, no longer. So give it a try at home in place of that frozen pineapple or that canned pineapple that you've been eating.